विशाखान्वितांश्च श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
जय राधा पार्थसारथी राधा पार्थसारथी राधे जय ललिता विशाखा जय ललिता विशाखा ललिता विशाखा जय ललिता विशाखा जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय वेंकटेश्वर गोविंद वेंकटेश्वर गोविंद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिते नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Bandhamui Shabadhana Mate. Bandhamui Shabadhana Mate. যাহার প্রসাদে ভাই এ ভব তরিয়া যায়। যাহার প্রসাদে ভাই এ ভব তরিয়া যায়। কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি হয় যাহা হইতে কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি হয় যাহা হইতে গুরু মুখ পদ্মা বাক্য চিতেতে করিয়া এক গুরু মুখ পদ্মা বাক্য চিতেতে করিয়া এক আর না করিহ মনে আশা আর না করিহ মনে আশা শ্রী গুরু চরণে রতি এই সে উত্তম গতি শ্রী গুরু চরণে রতি এই সে উত্তম গতি যে প্রসাদে পুরে সর্ব আশা যে প্রসাদে পুরে সর্ব আশা चक्षुदान दिला जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिला जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय जहार चरित वेद गाय जहार चरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया तबे जास गुशक्ति भुवाना तबे जास गुशक्ति भुवाना श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना Saha Prabhu Karo Daya Deho More Pada Chaya Abhijas Gushukti Bhuvana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadhi Paschata Deshatarine Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Nam Sankirtan ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki
विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीराधीष्टदान गिरीश अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रीमद प्रभुपाद की नेपालीलां प्रविष्ट इस्कॉन फाउंडराचार्य सिद्धरंग भोलवरद श्रीमद प्रभुपाद की नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा पार्थसारथी ललिता विशाखा गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री श्री गौरताई की श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंह देव की समवेत भक्त वृंद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की इस्कॉन वर्तमानाचार्य वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंद all glories to some devotees, all glories to some devotees, all glories to some devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. हरे कृष्णा सब लोग मेरे साथ हैं। हमारे गुरुदेव के चरण कमल हैं एकमात्र साधन है जिनके द्वारा हम शुद्ध भक्ति प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। मैं उनके चरण कमलों में अत्यंत भक्ति एवं श्रद्धा पूर्वक नतमस्तक होता हूँ। उनकी कृपा से जीव भौतिक क्लेशों के महासागर को पार कर सकता है तथा कृष्ण की कृपा प्राप्त कर सकता है। मेरी एकमात्र इच्छा है कि उनके मुख कमल से निकले हुए शब्दों द्वारा अपनी चेतना को शुद्ध करूं। उनके चरण कमलों में अनुराग ऐसी सिद्धि है जो समस्त मनोरथों को पूर्ण करती है। वे मेरी बंद आंखों को खोलते हैं तथा मेरे हृदय में दिव्य ज्ञान भरते हैं। जन्म जन्मांतर में वे मेरे प्रभु हैं। वे प्रेमा भक्ति प्रदान करते हैं और अविद्या का नाश करते हैं। वैदिक शास्त्र उनके चरित्र का गान करते हैं। हे गुरुदेव, हे प्रभुपाद, करुणा सिंधु तथा पतितात्माओं के मित्र, आप सबके गुरु एवं सभी लोगों के जीवन हैं। हे गुरुदेव, हे प्रभुपाद, मुझ पर दया कीजिए तथा मुझे अपने श्री चरणों की छाया प्रदान कीजिए। आपका यश तीनों लोकों में फैला हुआ है। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदा नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदा नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीर वनचारी। यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदा नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदा नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीर वनचारी। यमुना तीर वनचारी। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is a reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. You want this? Yeah, 7 and 8, yeah. This is a reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 3, Texts 7 and 8. 1 second. I finally remembered to bring these. So we'll read 7. I'll read 7, and then 8 we will chant responsively. Attas tvam ekabhutanam sheshvaranam adishvaraha shastadandadaro nrinam Shubha Shubha Vivechanaha. Shloka 8. This is a Tyasyate Vihito Dando Lokovarta Naloke Vartate Duna Chaturbir Adbhutai Siddhair Agyate Vipralambhita Tasyate Vihito Dando Naloke Vartate Duna Chaturbir Adbhutai Siddhair Agyate Vipralambhita Tasyate Vihito Dando Naloke Vartate Dunha Chaturbir Adbhutai Siddhair Ajñate Vipralambhita Tasyate vihito dando. Syate vihito dando. Lartate dhuna. Vadvote vadvite siddhayar. Adyate vipralambita. Matajis. Tasyate vihito dando. Na loke vartate duna. Chaturbir adbhutai sadhyayar. Agyate vipralambita. So word for word translations. Tasya, of the influence. Te, of you. Vihitaha, ordained. Dandaha, punishment. Na, not. Loke, within this world. Vartate, exist. Aduna, now. Chaturbihi, by four. Adbhutaihi, very wonderful. Siddhaihi, perfected persons. Ajna, the order. Te, your. Vipralambita, surpassed. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. But now, this is the Yamaduta speaking, but now to Yamaraj. But now we see that the punishment ordained under your authority is no longer effective, since your order has been transgressed by four wonderful and perfect persons. Purport. The Yamadutas had been under the impression that Yamaraj was the only person in charge of administering justice. They were fully confident that no one could counteract his judgments. But now, to their surprise, his order had been violated by the four wonderful persons from Siddhaloka. Om Ganyatimanandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadatti Swabadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarane Vanchakalpatarubhishya Kripasinmevacha Patitanam Bhavani Bhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Panchadattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Surupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in today's class we're going to discuss two things based on this purport. One is that in the hierarchy of Ishvaras, you have many Ishvaras. If you're an Ishvara, there's an Ishvara over you. And finally, there's a Parameshvara who is Krishna himself. So one thing we're going to learn today is that the boss of your boss is your boss. Got that? The boss of your boss is your boss. So just like if you're in corporate sector or you have a job, you may have a manager or a supervisor, but above your supervisor, you also has a supervisor, a vice president, and ultimately you have the CEO or the shareholders or whatever like that. So the takeaway from this, and this seems to be unique in the Vedanta, the Vedic religion, is that even you may be a devotee of some devata, if you know that his boss is Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna, then you are also a Vaishnava. Isn't that wonderful? So one may be a devotee of Lord Shiva, but if he also knows that Lord Shiva is the servant of Lord Krishna, of Lord Vishnu, then he's also a Vaishnava. And second thing, we're going to learn about the qualities of such Vaishnavas. Who are such Vaishnavas? So, so in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad, it is said, Tam Ishvaranam Paramam Maheshwaram Tam Devatanam Paramam Chadaivatam. So, among all these Ishvaras, there's one Parameshvara. So, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So, so there may be many controllers. There are many controllers within this world. And among even the topmost controllers in this world, they're the devatas. That there's one person among all of them who's controlling all of them, and that is Lord Krishna. So, for those who do not know this, they might worship some other Ishvara instead of Krishna, and not knowing this, what happens is they fall down. So therefore Krishna, Lord Krishna in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he says, Ye pyanya devata bhakta yajante sharayanvitaha te pimam eva konteya yajantya vidi purvakam. That those who worship other devatas, they actually only worship me, but they do so avidi purvak. So it means avidi and purvak means they wrongly, means against the vidis. So just like we might say sweetly singing. So so this purvak means like also kind of like avidi. So it means ashastrically. So it's against the they do so wrongly. So then Krishna, next verse, shloka in the Gita, he says, Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha na tumam abhijanati tatvinatas chivantite. So chivanti means to fall down. So this is just what happened to the Yamadutas. They did not know, they had a boss, okay? That's Yamaraj. But they did not know that Yamaraj also has a boss, who's Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayana. So the Yamadutas, they're very faithful servants of Yamaraj, but because they did not know Yamaraj's position and also the supreme position of Lord Vishnu, they failed in their endeavor. They did not know how to behave. They did not know how to act properly in that situation, and because of that, they got frustrated. It's just like, for example, if I see there's a wall, if there's a wall in front of me, and let's say I have some medical condition that I can't see that wall. Maybe I'm blind, or maybe I just don't know about it, or I'm seeing some illusion or something. It looks like a mirror. Maybe somebody painted some picture of a road that's going, but it's actually not the thing. And I try to walk through it, and I run into the wall, and I hurt myself. So this is what happened to the Yamadutas. Their knowledge was incomplete. So, now what we're going to see in subsequent verses is that Yamaraj is going to counsel the Vishnu Dutas. He's going to say that, oh, it's nice you finally met those who are servants of my master. He's going to explain something to him. Now, the interesting thing is that this is not the only place, Bhagavatam is not the only place where this is described. This is also described very elaborately in the Vishnu Purana. So in the Vishnu Purana, so there's, this is especially in relation to the shloka Varnashramacharvata, Purushena Parapuman, Vishnur Aradyate Panta Nanyatat Toshakaranam. So this is the in the 8th chapter of the 3rd canto of the Vishnu Purana, shloka 9. So this this definition of Varnashram is given. How Lord Vishnu can be pleased by the execution of one's Varnashram duties. Now, someone who acts to please Lord Vishnu very basically, fundamentally, is a Vaishnava. So, in this regard, in the Vishnu Purana, in the previous chapter, in chapter 7, the 7th chapter, just before this chapter, the Vishnu Dutas ask Yamaraj how they can recognize a Vaishnava. Who is a Vaishnava? So, the Vishnu Dutas reply, or Yamaraj replies to his servants, Yamuvacha Nachalati Nijavarna Dharmato Yaha Samamatiratma Surid Vipaksha Pakshe Naharati Nachahanti Kinchid Uchahi Sitamanasam Tamavaihi Vishnu Bhaktam. So this is Canto 3, Chapter 7, Text 20. So the translation is, Yama replied, "You are to consider the worshipper of Vishnu, him who never deviates from the duties prescribed to his caste, who looks with equal indifference upon friend or enemy, who takes nothing that is not his own, nor injures any being. Know that person of unblemished mind to be a worshipper of Lord Vishnu." So this is how Yamaraj described the characteristics of a Vaishnava. So Yamaraj, as we will find, he says, never go near these people at all. So one of these qualities here is Nachalati Nijavarna Dharmato Yaha. So this Nachalati means you're not deviating. You're not, this is your Nijavarna. So you have different prescribed duties according to your status of life. And someone who is a Vaishnava understands that these duties are ultimately prescribed by Lord Vishnu. So, karma brahmod bhavam vidir. So one's duty is actually based on the Shastras. And the Shastras themselves are the breath of Lord Vishnu. So, therefore, Dharma moolam hi Bhagavan, sarva veda mayo harahi, smritim cha tadvidam rajan, yena chatma prasidati. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 11, Shloka number 7. So this is very, very important shloka. This explains that the Shrutis and the Smritis, that Krishna is the essence of the Shrutis, and that he is also the memory of the sages. So Dharma is that which you can only get from the Lord. You can't get it by speculation. You can't say that, well, you know, if I do this particular activity and it'll help a lot of people, you know, maybe like if I build a bunch of hospitals or something like that, then that's Dharma. Well, no, not exactly. You know, sometimes, or like the government, like in America, they have, the government will sponsor a state casino, a state lottery, where you pay a little money at some shop, and you'll get some number, and you might win $1 million. You might win a lot of money. And the state does that so they can collect money, and they give that money for education, and they call that dharma. So they think that there's, if you do something and you have some effect, that that's how you know what's good or what to do and what not to do. So followers of Vedas, those who are followers of Lord Vishnu, we reject that. Because, why is that? Because only God can create dharma. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Lord Shiva, he mentions this. Only God can give dharma. So therefore, if somebody's a devotee of Lord Vishnu, and the Shastras, which are coming from Lord Vishnu, say, this is what you're supposed to do, so a Vaishnava follows that. That's a sign of his advancement. So actually this section, this shloka that we're talking about, this is actually the first of the shlokas that Srila Jiva Goswami that Srila Goswami gives when he's describing who is the Shravan Guru in Bhakti Sandarbha. So this is Anuched 202 in his commentary. Srila Jiva Goswami is explaining, you know, what is a Shravan Guru, what is a Bhajan Shiksha Guru, and what is a Diksha Guru. So this is the first. So he begins with the Shravan Guru, or sometimes we say those who, you know, show us the way to Lord Vishnu, you know, Pradarshaka Guru. So this is the very first, so this verse happens to be the very first. He's describing who is a Vaishnava. Because only a Vaishnava can bring you to Lord Krishna, right? If you're not a Vaishnava, by definition, you're against Lord Vishnu, and you're directing people away from Lord Vishnu. So therefore, this first quality, nachalati nijavarna dharma toya. So those who follow their own dharma, prescribed duties, without deviation. That's one of the characteristics of being a follower of Lord Vishnu. So another one, samamatirdatma surid vipakshipakshe. So another quality is that he does not take sides. So someone may be friend, may be enemy, but he's equal to all. So, vidya vinaya sampane brahmane gavihastane. So he sees equally those who are They may be human, they may not be human, they be friend, they be enemy, and so forth. But such a Vaishnava, because he knows that everybody is related to Vishnu, he also does not take sides. That means practically political parties, we don't take shelter of political parties, unless of course they're helping Vishnu. They're doing some seva for Vishnu. And in this regard, we want to we want to engage everybody. In Baroda, I was just there for the Ratha Yatra this year. They have a very nice custom where all the leaders of the different political parties are invited to come for the darshan of Lord Jagannath on the morning of the Ratha Yatra, and they are going to, and they all come together to give respect to the Lord. And they all come to sit together, and it's very nice to come to the temple. So it's a very nice custom they have. Hare Krishna. So so another quality of the Vaishnava is that he doesn't take sides. He's equal indifference upon friend and enemy. Of course, with friends, he deals with friends in a certain way, and enemies he'll deal with another way, because this is what, especially the qualities of a the qualities of a Madhyama Adhikari. So, Ishvare tadidineshu balisheshu dvishatsu cha prema maitri kripopeksha. So this is a Madhyama Adhikari, so with a friend or somebody who's junior to him, with a friend, an equal Vaishnava, he makes friends with the Lord, he's the object of worship. With another fellow Vaishnava, he makes friends with him. For the innocent, he gives kripa, and for the envious, he gives upeksha. So he gives indifference or ignores. But that doesn't mean that he's being unequal to them. He's only acting according to how the Lord is telling him to act in these different situations. So he is not injurious to any being. He doesn't injure, he doesn't cause violence. So violence, this is caused by, the ultimate violence is caused by forgetfulness of Lord Vishnu. So the Vaishnav, therefore, an advanced Vaishnav, he realizes that the only thing that matters in this world is, for the welfare of all, is that they remember Lord Vishnu, and therefore such a person is a preacher. And so Lord Yamaraj says, finally, he says, know that a person of that's such a person of unblemished mind, he's a worshipper of Lord Vishnu. And therefore, he tells his servants, you should not go near those people. So a few more comments here. So in this regard, Sridhar Swami has a commentary on this. I'll read the translation. He says, one whose mind is extremely pure, fully devoid of raga, attachment, evils, please know from me about such a devotee. Saying in this matter, who is this bhakta? One who doesn't deviate from his own varnashram dharma, thinking, this is my duty, is the order given to me by the Lord. He says, Nachalati harer agyayam itti buddhya nija varnashrama dharmato yo nachalati tam. Say bhaktis chinnanyaha samamatirti. The qualities or symptoms of such devotee is now being told by this verse, starting with samamatihi. So, let's see here. There's actually a lot of nectar here. So next verse. So this is again reading. There's more of these shlokas, similar shlokas in Bhakti Sandarbha. Again, that's Anuched 202. Let's see. Purva karna me in sub kavarnan Vaishnava sadhu. Oh, sorry, this is Hindi translation of the Sanskrit. I'll just read the English. In the previous section, all the prescriptions, references differentiate the Vaishnava. Oh, no, I wanted to just read the. That's someone else's commentary in Hindi, but I actually just wanted to read the shlokas here. So, next shloka that Jiva Goswami mentions, Dharmartha jivatam yesham santanartan chamaitunam panchanam viprasukartam sneyaste vaishnava naraha. So another definition of a Vaishnava. So this is from the Skanda Purana. So those who live their lives for the sake of Dharma, who engage in sex life only for having children, and who are purified on account of being first-class brahmanas, all of those persons should be known as Vaishnavas. So this is very nice. So, Dharmartha jivatam yesham. Those who live only for Dharma. So that's another quality. And santanartan chamaitunam. So now we know where this we get our vows, 4 regulative principles. Sometimes we ask, well, where is this in the Shastras? You know, that this. So these may be summarized by saintly persons, but ultimately, even if we don't know the Shastras, we should understand that such injunctions have Vedic authority, because somewhere or other that there is a Vedic injunction supporting it. So here, so one of the vows we take at the time of initiation, when we take Pancharatrika Diksha, when Harinam, so Santanartan Chamaitunam, having sex life only for the sake of procreation. So we take that vow. In Pachanam Viprasukartam Geyaste Vaishnava Naraha. So those who are purified on account of being first-class brahmanas, and all those should be known as Vaishnavas. So, different definition here. So it's not that we have one definition, but this is a very deep subject, so we can look at this from many sides. It's like, you know, that these are different ways we can recognize people. So this is another, another shloka. Another shloka here. This is from Padma Purana. Jivita yasa dharmarte dharmaharyarta eva cha ahoratrani punyartam tam manye vaishnavam janam. He whose life is dedicated to Dharma and whose prescribed duties serve only Lord Hari's purpose and who live piously day and night should be understood to be Vaishnavas. So we have a pattern here. We see a trend. So in these 3 shlokas, these first 3 shlokas, that we see that everybody's dedicated to Dharma. Okay? Some people might ask, well, we don't care about Dharma, we care about Bhakti. But if you care about Bhakti, one will also acknowledge that Dharma is the orders of the Lord. And so according to one's position in life, one must follow the orders of the Lord. So we see that even great Vaishnavas, like Vasudeva, Devaki, Arjuna, so many great, Maharani Kunti, they all followed Dharma. They all acted according to even Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda. They were situated in their Varnashram duties. They still followed all these things. They were in love with Krishna, and sometimes that love for Krishna overwhelmed their duties. But for the rest of us, to try to imitate that, one will fall down. So, be fixed. So to be a Vaishnava, one must be fixed in his prescribed duties. That means one must be a good lady or a gentleman. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says it's the fifth shloka. What's the first verse of the fifth shloka, 18th chapter? 18th chapter, 5th shloka. Yagya dharma tapa karma natajat karma eva cha yagyo danam tapaschaiva pavanani manishinam. That yagya, dana, tapa, sacrifice, charity, and austerity, they are not to be given up, for they purify even the great souls. Never to be given up. So, this is very interesting because just before this shloka, Krishna explains that on this point, there's disagreement among many different learned persons. So, now Krishna, he settles it. What is the what is his actual opinion? What is the actual understanding? And so he says they're never to be given up, even by great souls. So Vaishnava is a great soul. So Vaishnava also does not give up these things. Of course, we see very, very highly advanced Vaishnavas, they give up. But that's because they're doing so according to their actual situation. It's just like, there's anusaranam and anukaranam. So anusara means you follow the essence. Sara means essence. So anusaranam means you follow the essence or the footsteps of the sadhus. So anukaranam means imitation. So you're looking at their activities and you're just imitating them without actual knowledge. So there's a story, I think given by Srila Prabhupada, about the horse doctor, English country horse doctor and his apprentice. So one time the doctor and his apprentice went to a horse who couldn't breathe. And so the doctor took out his hammer, hit the horse in the neck, and the horse could all of a sudden breathe. So the apprentice, he said, I can cure horses this way by hitting horses on the neck. So he went by himself around the country collecting money from people with horses who were sick, and he'd hit them in the neck and he'd kill them. So the doctor, his physician, who he's working under, found out about this, called him. He said, why are you killing all these horses? They said, I did what you did. I just, hitting them on the neck. I said, I hit him on the neck because he had a watermelon stuck in his throat and he couldn't breathe. And I dislodged it. But you were doing this without knowledge and therefore you killed all these horses. So same way. So according to our status in life and our duties as prescribed by our spiritual master and brahmanas, one must follow his particular duties. So 3 shlokas already in Jiva Goswami's commentary that a sign of a Vaishnava is, one is he performs his prescribed duties, his dharma, his swadharma. So another shloka here. This is the 4th shloka that Jiva Goswami quotes in Bhakti Sandarbha. Again, this is Anuched 202. Shive cha parameshane Vishnu cha paramatmani Sambuddhya pravartante missing something. Let's see. Shive cha parameshane Vishnu cha paramatmane Sambuddhaya pravartante te vai bhagavatottamaha. Those who, on account of being enlightened, are inclined towards Lord Shiva and also the Supreme Lord Vishnu as Paramatma. They are Maha Bhagavatas, Bhagavatottamaha. So in this way, among the followers of Lord Shiva, some are considered Maha Bhagavatas, as per this famous verse in the Brihanaradiya Purana. So this is from the Brihanaradiya Purana. And so here, I mentioned this at the beginning of the lecture, that we're going to see that someone who understands who is the boss of his boss is also a servant of his boss's boss. Right? So, someone may worship Lord Shiva, but if he also knows that Lord Shiva is a servant of Lord Vishnu, then he's also a Vaishnava. This is what the Brihanaradiya Purana says, and Srila Jiva Goswami is quoting it here. This is perhaps unique among other world religions. Some people, they look at like the Hindu religion and they see that people are worshipping different gods. And yes, they worship, these gods are real. They don't know it's real, but these gods are actually real. But their information is in many cases, their information is complete. But among those people who are worshipping Shiva, Durga, and so forth like that, there are people who actually know that Lord Vishnu is their Ishvara, the Ishvara of their gods. And these people are also Vaishnavas. And not only Vaishnavas, but such people are Mahabhagavatas. And because they're Mahabhagavatas, these people can be Shravanam Guru and actually deliver somebody to Lord Vishnu. It's very wonderful, isn't it? You know, where in the world will you find such knowledge such as this? From the Goswamis, from the Vedic literatures, you won't. So another shloka here. And so Jiva Goswami further cautions, Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahma Rudrati Daivatahi Samatvainaiva Vikshita Sapashandi Bhavedruvam. One who sees the demigods, beginning with Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, is equal to Lord Narayan, will, without any doubt, become a heretic. So, this is the second of the offenses against the holy name of the Lord, is to consider names of the demigods on the same level with Lord Vishnu. So here's another shloka to substantiate that. That such people will become pashandis. So, one of the major preaching, Srila Prabhupada, he once remarked how he was practically the only person in India who was actually preaching against, worshipping other gods. Now, this doesn't mean he was preaching against the other gods, but he was preaching against the wrong worship of other gods. As I had mentioned at the beginning, Krishna says that those who worship other gods, they worship only me, but in a wrong way. So the business of the Vaishnavas, and those who are enlightened Vaishnavas, is to teach people how to worship the Lord in the right way. Isn't it? That's what we're teaching them. First we teach them who is Vishnu, that we have a relationship with Vishnu. This is our Sambandha Gyan. So we teach people, who is Krishna, who is that girl with Krishna, and so forth. Like we have Janmashtami coming up, so this Krishna book, this introduction to Krishna book is very nice. Srila Prabhupada is explaining to people who have no prior knowledge of Krishna, who is Krishna, and what is his supreme position. So it's very nice, even if you're born in the Vedic culture, in Vaishnava family, and you know these things, it's still wonderful just to hear these explanations given again and again, because it's Krishna. And because they're very wonderful explanations. So, let's see here. So here's another shloka. This actually comes after the first shloka. Nanchalati nijavarna dharmato yaha. So this is 21. So this is a further qualification of this. This is Yamaraj again speaking to his to the Yamadutas, giving further instruction on how to identify a Vaishnava. So Kali kalu shamalina. Kali kalu shamalina. Yes. Kali kalushamalena yasyanatya vemalamatramalikrito stamohe manasikrita janardanam manushyam. Know him to be a devout worshipper of Hare, who has placed Janardana in his pure mind, which has been freed from fascination, and whose soul is undefiled by the soil of the Kali age. Okay, that's an interesting point. So this is explained in the context of a discussion between. Actually, it's Parashara Muni is speaking to Maitreya. Parashara Muni. He's the father of Srila Vyasadeva, and he is also the author of the Manusmriti, and he's also the author of the Parashara Smriti, which are special rules for Dharma that are given for the Kali Yuga. So the Vishnu Purana here is giving further information that this is like a warning, actually, to the Vaishnavas, that just because it's Kali Yuga doesn't mean we should go with the flow. We have to keep ourselves aloof from the influences of the age of Kali. So this may have been easier in other ages, in previous ages, and though it's particularly difficult in this age, because there's so much corruption, quarrel, hypocrisy, and so forth like that. But still, we have to keep ourselves aloof. So this is another sign of the Vaishnava, is that the signs of Kali Yuga are absent in him. So these are just some of the shlokas, very nice shlokas about who's a Vaishnava, related to this conversation between Lord Yamaraj and the Vishnu Dutas. And one of the points I wanted to make was that even somebody might not be directly, or might not be apparently a devotee of Lord Vishnu, but maybe a devotee of some god. But if he knows without any doubt that the Devatas, or his worshipable Devata, is a servant of Lord Vishnu, and such a person is also a Vaishnava, and such a person is capable of delivering somebody to Lord Vishnu, that he's actually fit to be a Shravana Guru. At the same time, one must not make the mistake of considering the Devatas and Lord Vishnu on the same level, for by doing so one actually becomes a Prashandi, and becomes actually a blasphemer. You become a Gnostic. So, and finally, one of the principal characteristics of a Vaishnava is that they follow their own prescribed duties without deviation. And that is because such a person, being advanced in knowledge, he knows that these rules are coming from Lord Vishnu. Therefore he's very enthusiastic. Oh, this is what Lord Vishnu wants me to do. He wants me to be a nice gentleman in this certain status in life, or wants me to be a nice lady in this certain status of life and follow these rules. Therefore, they don't complain. Therefore, they don't say, okay, I'd like to do someone else's duty. That's called Paradharma. And that's one of the 5 kinds of irreligion that the Bhagavatam says one must give up. So we have 5 minutes left. If anybody has any questions or comments, please ask. We have one very enthusiastic commentator, a question. Prabhuji? We'll wait for the...
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. I was just for our understanding, when a person waters the leaves of a tree, knowing that the root has to be watered, how do we understand this with respect to a person who is worshipping a demigod, knowing that the boss of demigod is Lord Krishna or Vishnu?
I'm sorry, can you repeat a question? Speak louder into the microphone. Speak louder.
Okay. I'll do that. When a person waters the branches of a tree, knowing that the root has to be watered, how can we understand this with respect to a person who worships a demigod, knowing that the boss of that demigod is Lord Krishna?
Well, the Vaishnavas, the Yamadutas are going to give that, they're being shown now that the Yamadutas have got frustrated, were not able to perform their duties. Now the Yamadutas are actually asking Lord Yamaraj, who are Vaishnavas. And so Yamaraj is instructing them how to deal with Vaishnavas. So the thing is that you may be a servant, but you also have to be a servant of your boss too, of your boss's boss. That's the point. So you can't do anything. So for example, some persons who worship Lord Shiva, they take ganja. They take the marijuana, they take intoxicants. So if you remember from the Daksha Yajna, that one of the fall downs of the persons who followers of Lord Shiva was that they would actually act against the Shastras. Okay, so that they would take drugs, they would behave in a different manner that's actually against the Shastras. So they might do it because they have, but ultimately it's against the Shastras. So because the Shastras are given by Lord Vishnu, well, that's a sign. That's what Krishna says, avidi purvakam. It's against the vidis. So such a person, if he's actually a follower of Lord Shiva, then he also has to follow in Lord Shiva's footsteps. So that's the difference. So it's anukaranam. They say Lord Shiva, he drinks poison, so I'm going to take intoxication. That's anukaranam. It's not anusaranam. They're not acting according to their status. Therefore they fall down. So that's how such people, they can actually bring their worship in line with the authentic Vedic Shastras. Does that address your question?
Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Others? Anybody else? Oh, one other question. Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for your class. You give a lot of stress on people have to follow their Dharma. And when you read the Bhagavatam and Mahabharata and Ramayana, it seems that in bygone ages and previous ages, it seems to be very clear what is the duty of the person. The person takes birth in a Brahmana, in a Kshatriya and Vaishya family, and the family has a tradition, and so it is already very clear. He sees what the father is doing, and so he will have to follow the same tradition and the same duty. Now when you take birth in such a city where everything is topsy-turvy, how do you really, who is really is a person who can tell me what is my duty?
Yeah. So this is the value of tradition. Aitya is actually one of the pramanas mentioned in the Bhagavatam tradition, but also, and this is why family, Arjuna was so concerned about preserving family traditions in the start of the Gita, because actually the sadachar is both the sadachar and the atmatushti of saintly persons is actually a source of dharma. Now again, we go back to this dharma. Only Krishna can create dharma. Okay, so you can't get dharma from any other source. You can't speculate about it, the Powerball lottery, to raise money for education. That is not dharma. So it only comes from the shastras. Now, somebody who's a vidvan, he might know the shastras, but in the course of time, that knowledge or the shastra itself actually becomes aprakat. It actually becomes unmanifest. But the tradition goes on. But the tradition that it's based on goes on. And so that tradition itself is still a source of dharma. So that's why the people in the families, okay, even though they're born in families, they get a nice source of dharma just by their family traditions. And so when those traditions are disturbed, then you have this problem, like you say, where are we going to find dharma, okay? So then really, you have to go to people, then it becomes a problem more difficult to find dharma, and you have to actually go seek out people. And most people, it's better if you get it, if it comes to you in your early life, than if you have to actually actively seek out. And so therefore, one of the missions, a practical mission for us as preachers, is to actually reestablish these family traditions. Actually establish these social traditions and customs and so forth like that. Because that is how people get dharma. Most people, I'm sorry to say, we do book distribution, okay, because people are literate. But the fact is that most people aren't into reading books. They actually get their dharma most people actually get their dharma through the family traditions. And this is actually nice in one sense, because if we have a comprehensive view of this, that not only books, we distribute books, but we're also trying to reestablish these traditions, this is actually the basis of a people's revolution, like a grassroots revolution. Because then the common man, even someone who can't read, can get dharma just by seeing somebody who's act dharma. Just like, we have in India, especially the middle class people and those who are upper class, everybody has servant, okay? Everybody has a servant, she'll come, maid servant, she'll clean the house and so forth like that, or he'll clean your car if he's a man. We should be acting such that such people, even if they're uneducated, by looking at our behavior, they can learn dharma. I had a devotee. He's from Brahmin family, Sri Vaishnava family. His father passed away a year ago. His father came, so a Brahmin, another Brahmin in his community, came to do the Antim Samskar, and he gave him money. My friend, devotee, he gave this Brahmin money for coming, and the devotee gave him back some money. He says, "Why is this?" He says, "I only took enough. I took only what I needed for my transportation. That's all that I needed my money for, and everything else, I can't accept money for anything else." So that's dharma. You just by looking at that example, we can understand what is dharma just from that Brahman's behavior. And it's nice to see that in India still there are such brahmanas. So we should be like that. So that's kind of like the problem, and we have to kind of recreate those traditions again. Is that okay? I didn't go on too long, did I? I did. I'm sorry. I went on too long with the answer. So, any other questions, comments before we turn it over to Prabhuji? Prabhuji? would you like to enlighten us further? Hindi mein.
हरे कृष्ण, धन्यवाद। तो यमदूत कह रहे हैं यमराज से, तुम एको भूतानां ईश्वराणाम अधीश्वरः, आप ही एकमात्र ईश्वरों के अधीश्वर हैं। तो यमदूतों ने यमराज से ऐसा कहा। तो इस प्रकार अगर हम किसी को बोलते हैं तो अपने को सोचने लगता है कि हाँ मैं ऐसा हूँ। यमराज तो महाभागवत है, तो महाभागवत को अगर आप ऐसा कहते हैं तो वो जो है तुरंत विरोध करता है और कहता है कि मैं ईश्वर नहीं हूँ। और ईश्वर कौन है? तो यमराज उत्तर देंगे कि मैं ईश्वर नहीं हूँ। ईश्वरों के ईश्वर कौन है वो बताएंगे, यमराज बताएंगे। लेकिन जो सामान्य व्यक्ति होता है वो सोचने लगता है उसी प्रकार से। जैसे पंडित था तो उसके मंत्रियों ने जो है उसको चढ़ा दिया, अरे आप ही तो भगवान हैं, आप ही तो भगवान वासुदेव हैं, आपने तो अवतार लिया है धर्म की रक्षा के लिए। तो अपने को समझ लगा कि मैं भगवान वासुदेव हूँ। और चार भुजाएं होती हैं भगवान के, तो मेरी दो भुजाएं हैं तो दो नकली भुजाएं लगा ली और शंख चक्र गदा पद्म भी नकली उसने धारण कर लिए कि मैं भगवान हूँ। तो इस प्रकार से इंद्र को भी जो है नारद जी ने चढ़ा दिया कि अरे आप तो जो सब देवताओं के भी ईश्वर हैं, आपकी पूजा कर रहे थे, ब्रजवासी लोग कर रहे थे। एक बालक कृष्ण के कहने से ब्रजवासियों ने तुम्हारी पूजा बंद करा दी क्योंकि कलह प्रिय है, तो झगड़ा कराना था। तो इंद्र को जो है, अब इंद्र तो महाभागवत नहीं है, तो इंद्र जी अपने को सोचने लगे कि अरे मैं तो जो है ईश्वर ही हूँ, मैं तो ईश्वर हूँ और मेरी पूजा ब्रजवासियों ने क्यों बंद करा दी। तो लोगों को आज्ञा दे दी कि वर्षा करो, पूरे ब्रज को नष्ट कर दो। इस प्रकार से होता है। लेकिन प्रभुपाद को किसी शिष्य ने कहा कि आप जो है आप तो भगवान हैं। तो प्रभुपाद इतने जो है अपसेट हो गए। प्रभुपाद ने कहा कि यू आर नो मोर डिसाइपल, आई एम नो मोर योर स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर। तो प्रभुपाद ने कहा तुम ना मेरे शिष्य हो, ना मैं तुम्हारा गुरु हूँ। तो मुझसे सोचता था कि प्रभुपाद प्रसन्न हो गए कि मैं प्रभुपाद को भगवान कह रहा हूँ। तो भगवान प्रभुपाद जो है एकदम से गुस्सा हो गए। तो यहाँ जो है बड़ी शिक्षा मिलती है कि कोई व्यक्ति जो है आपको कहेगा कि हमारे भगवान तो आप ही हैं, हम तो आपको ही मानते हैं, हमारी श्रद्धा तो ये है कि आप ही भगवान हैं, ये भगवान है, वो भगवान है। तो जो भक्त होते हैं वो कभी विचलित नहीं होते कि कृष्ण ही ईश्वर है, परम कृष्ण है, तो कृष्ण ही है। और दूसरी बात यहाँ पर जमदूत नहीं जानते कि विष्णुदूत कौन है। उन्होंने विष्णुदूतों से पूछा कि आप कौन हैं? हाँ आपकी चार भुजाएं हैं, सब नेत्र कमल के समान हैं, बहुत आप जो है पूर्ण है और जो है मतलब शक्तिमान है, आप कौन हैं? तो विष्णुदूतों ने अपने बारे में कुछ परिचय नहीं दिया कि वो जो है विष्णु के दूत हैं, भगवान विष्णु के बारे में कुछ नहीं बताया। उन्होंने तो केवल अपना काम किया कि ये नरक में नहीं जाएगा और उसने नारायण के नाम का उच्चारण किया है। तो जमदूत जो कुछ नहीं समझ पाए विष्णुदूतों के बारे में कौन है। तो कह रहे हैं चतुर्भी अद्भुत सिद्धार आज्ञा तेज प्रलंबिता। कुछ चार जो है अद्भुत सिद्ध लोग थे जिन्होंने आपकी आज्ञा का उल्लंघन करा दिया। तो जमदूत जो है नहीं जानते हैं कि ये कौन है, अद्भुत है तो इनका भी कोई ईश्वर नहीं है, तो ये भी ईश्वर है। चार ईश्वर आए तो उन्होंने जो अपना जो है पावर लगा दिया, अपने पावर से छुड़ा दिया। तो इसका मतलब बहुत ईश्वर है। लेकिन अब वो कह रहे हैं कि यमराज से कहते हैं आप तो ईश्वरों के भी ईश्वर हैं। अगर वो ईश्वर हैं, चार ईश्वर आ गए तो इस तरह से बहुत ईश्वर हो सकते हैं, नहीं तो भी आप तो ईश्वरों के भी ईश्वर हैं। और आपका जो है जो दंड है या आपका जो निर्णय है वो अंतिम निर्णय होता है ना। तो फिर उनका जो उन्होंने जो है कैसे आपकी आज्ञा का उल्लंघन कर दिया। लेकिन फिर वो कहते हैं आगे कि हम जानना चाहते हैं कि वो कौन है जो चार अद्भुत पुरुष आए थे जिन्होंने कि आपकी आज्ञा का उल्लंघन कर दिया है। तो आप अगर चाहते हैं कि हमें बताएं तो आप कृपा करके हमको बताइए कि वो चार अद्भुत पुरुष कौन हैं। और यमराज जो बड़े प्रसन्न हुए, यमराज बड़े प्रसन्न हुए और बड़ी प्रसन्नता पूर्वक फिर उनको सब तत्व बतलाया कि मैं ईश्वर नहीं हूँ और ईश्वर कौन है, और वो उन्हीं ईश्वर के सेवक हैं जिनका नाम जो है अजानन ने लिया था। तो इस तरह से यमराज बड़े प्रसन्न होते हैं, क्योंकि यमदूतों ने पूर्ण जो है समर्पण के साथ में प्रश्न किया, और जब कहा कि आप ईश्वरों के ईश्वर हैं तो अपने अनुभव के आधार पर बताएं कि आप ईश्वरों के ईश्वर हैं। तो इसमें कोई ऐसा नहीं था कि यमराज को खुश करना चाहते हैं। यमदूत जो है अपने अनुभव के आधार पर कहने कि हम तो अभी तक यही जानते रहे आपके आदेश का कहीं खंडन होता ही नहीं है, आपके आदेश का उल्लंघन कभी होता ही नहीं है ना। आज पहली बार हमने देखा है। वो लोग कौन है जिन्होंने आपके आदेश का खंडन किया और आपके आदेश का बिल्कुल विचार नहीं किया कि यमराज के दूत हैं, यमराज की आज्ञा से आए हैं। उन्होंने बिल्कुल सीधे अपना जो है आदेश दे दिया कि इसको जो है नरक में नहीं जाना है, और बंधन खोल दिए। हमने बांधा था उसको, बंधन खोल दिए उन्होंने। तो आप कृपा करके बताइए, अगर हम को आप समझते हैं कि हमें आप जो है बताएं और हमें आप योग्य समझते हैं कि हम जान सकते हैं, तो आप कृपा करके हमें बताइए। तो ये जो है प्रश्न है, एक शिष्य जो है उसको करना चाहिए। जिज्ञासु श्रेयोत्तमम, उत्तम श्रेय का जिज्ञासु हो, तस्मात् गुरुं प्रपद्येत। तो यमदूत जो है यमराज के पास आए बिल्कुल उसी विनीत भाव से और उत्तम श्रेय की जिज्ञासा से जो है वो प्रणाम कर रहे हैं और प्रश्न कर रहे हैं, और सेवा तो कर ही रहे हैं, सेवा में लगे हुए हैं यमराज की। इस प्रकार से उनको फिर सही ज्ञान प्राप्त होता है। हरे कृष्ण। रंगराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,